And with that, let's move to our last story today. So, Alluxio announced today version 2.9 of their data orchestration platform, adding access control for S3 data, cross-cluster synchronization of metadata, and multi-tenancy. We've been watching Alluxio since they joined us on our Utilizing AI podcast. So, what should we make of these announcements?
Yeah, Alluxio is an interesting company because this is really a data connections company. Many people know that my background is in storage, but of course, storage is increasingly moving up the stack. And now, more and more, we're using more advanced protocols, things like Amazon S3, for example, protocol in many different places outside of Amazon, even. HDFS and things like that. But also at the same time, there's a lot more applications that are accessing data using different protocols. The problem is that you might have your data stored in one sort of data source, maybe an S3 bucket, and your data processing demands want a different type of source of data. You know, maybe they want to use HDFS or something. And so Alluxio provides a really cool, transparent bridge. I mean, we could think of it as storage virtualization, but that really doesn't cut it. It's really sort of a modern data platform that allows basically any kind of application to access any kind of data, and in truly the meaning of the word data, not storage. And what this does is it really opens up a whole world of data processing to companies that are trying to make the best use of all this data that they're collecting. Now, this newest release of Alluxio does something which is pretty cool. For a long time, people have been sort of segmenting their environments. So basically, they'll have this Alluxio instance here to allow these applications to access this data, and this another instance here, and so on, for many reasons. Multi-tenancy is a key one, whether inside or outside of a company. But uh, sometimes, you want to break down those walls. So one of the coolest features of this new version of Alluxio is that it can break down those walls, and it can have metadata synchronized, and it'll make it look like this instance has access to this instance's data. And then if you need it, you can just ask for it and it'll go get it for you and make the connections and so on. It's kind of a cool data matchmaker. Another thing that this adds is access control with the S3 protocol, which again, if you've got a multi-tenant situation, that's very, very powerful, as well as a multi-tenant Kubernetes operator. So I think you can see that there's a common theme here, which is that increasingly these data lakes are being interconnected and accessed by different tenants, and we need to have better access control and better methods to enable data sharing between sources. So Alluxio is doing it. It does it really cleverly by separating metadata from data and managing the data paths and handling data movement and so on. Really, really impressed by where this company is going. And if you want to learn more, I'll just give a quick pitch. We actually talked to Ben Fan from Alluxio on the Utilizing AI podcast last year. So go over to Utilizing Tech and look for Alluxio there.